Okay guys, in today's video I'm going to show you different strategies that you can apply with yourself or with your clients if you work with patients in order to release the hamstrings in a more functional and holistic and integrated way, because very often what I see is that people are stretching the hamstrings, or when you feel tightness on the hamstrings, we go directly to that specific area. And as I normally defend, the body doesn't work in isolation. The body works in integration and with different structures. So sometimes stretching the hamstrings, it might be good. Imagine you play a football match, a basketball match, and then you go to stretch your hamstrings in an isolated way. Great, that's a specific context, that is fantastic. But if you're feeling back pain, if you have sciatica, if you have pain with no specific reason on your hamstrings, it's very likely that there are some dysfunctions on your body that you need to address. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you 3 techniques that you can do to address or to start addressing those dysfunctions. So come with me to here. The first thing you're gonna do is you're only gonna need elastic band and a stick, but for now you are not gonna use them yet. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna have a bench. You can use a wall or something that it helps you to put the leg up. What you're gonna be doing is to put the right foot on the bench, and as soon as you do this, it's very likely this to happen, that the opposite leg or the leg that is on the floor is gonna be externally rotated. You need to make sure that it's under alignment, because you want your hips to be aligned into the direction of where your body weight is, which is on the right side. When you're doing this, it's very likely that you maybe lose the balance, okay? Unless you have practiced this before. So the first thing you can do is using a stick to maintain alignment on your foot, on your whole leg, and the right leg is gonna go here. Once you're in this position, very important thing, you need to keep the right knee semi-bent, because the movement you're gonna do is this. You're gonna go from here to here. When I'm doing this movement, notice that my knee is semi-bent. You don't want to completely extend your knee, because that's gonna overlength the ligaments behind. So you want to keep the knee semi-bent. And then you're gonna be twisting with the torso. Notice that my torso is very rotated. And now when I'm coming to this direction, the only thing is we move is my hip and my torso, my neck, and all this line is being stretched from this area to my pecs, to my obliques, to my right adductors. But as I'm moving to the opposite side, what I'm having is a stretching on my hamstrings. I'm stretching the posterior functional line down to my hamstrings. When you're doing this, you need to avoid that the leg twist and that there is some torsion. You might have noticed that the alignment between your femur and your tibia and your fibula is not gonna be completely aligned, but that's fine. This is what you can start doing and working. When you're doing this movement or this first strategy, what you're gonna notice is a stretching, and you're gonna stretch dynamically, okay? But as I was telling you at the beginning, what you want is to address the dysfunction. And most of the times the hamstrings, they get very tight because there's no enough rotation on your torso. So what you're gonna do with this technique is integrating the stretching plus addressing that rotation on the torso that normally it's limited. So for this, you're gonna need an elastic band that you're gonna put on the right shoulder, and it's gonna cross behind into the left leg, okay? So it's to the opposite one. When you put in the elastic band, come here, that's gonna be close to here, okay? So on the metatarsus, because you don't want to put it there on your toes, because that's gonna smash your face, and it almost does. So make sure that it's under those 2 solid bones. You want that the elastic band is touching you in specific points, those 2 bones, through your sacrum and through your ribs. So naturally, if the band is in this position and I'm not doing anything, the band is pulling me in that direction. But now dynamically, what I'm gonna do is twisting with my torso, and because I'm twisting and externally rotating, I feel a lot of stretching on my hamstrings. And I'm not directly stretching my hamstrings. I am rotating with my torso against the resistance of the band, and that's making the whole chain to be length and stretched. Now, it's very likely that when you do this, the neck is gonna be rotating because normally there's so much tightness. So you need to dissociate the rotation. Torso and pelvis are moving. Neck and lower limb does not move. Here you can hold a few seconds. It could be great if you incorporate the posterior tilt on your hip to maintain a good engagement on the right side of my glutes, and relax. Okay, so that's a technique that you can use. If you feel unstable, use the stick on the other hand, because that will help you to maintain the stability and focus on thoracic rotation, that it will create elongation and stretch on the whole functional line, and especially spotting on the hamstrings. And now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna show you another technique that is more integrated, is more applicable into running mechanics and walking mechanics, and basically helping you to work on the hamstrings and releasing that tension that you might feel. So I'm just gonna remove this, and for the next one, what you're gonna need is one dumbbell, and you can use the broomstick for the beginning, okay? So the movement is this. I'm gonna show you in two different directions. You're gonna start with the heel. This is a similar position. You were there before, but now you are in a context a bit more realistic, okay? So now what you're gonna be doing is this motion from here, boom, to there. You're gonna go from here, slow, swing, boom, to there. So from the sideways, what you were doing before, it was that rotation. You had the bench there, you were twisting, but now notice and link how this movement is integrated. You're gonna go from this position, little swing, boom. You have to finish with the left knee semi-bend and the ball of the toe of the right toe. So you're going hinging, swing, boom, and that's propelling you forward. One more time. Boom. Okay, very good. So that's the third technique, that's the progression that you have. You go from an isolated stretching to a more functional stretching to a more integrated part where the hamstring is going to be worked in accordance with other muscles like the glutes, because you're doing a hip extension, you're including rotation. So basically you're working in different planes of motion because that's how your body functions. This is David El Corbarrutia. I hope you enjoyed. Please share far and wide, and if you like the video, please just share it. This is David El Corbarrutia, reminding you to move pain-free and live. Thank you very much, and see you in the next videos.